When I'm using Power BI Desktop connected to an external model, either to an analysis services database or connected live to a dataset in the Power BI service, I get a slightly different experience. Just as an example, I'm going to choose to connect to the analysis services database here, type in the name of the server. And now that I've chosen to connect live, I'll see the same field list over on the right-hand side with the same tables and columns within it. And I can build a report just the same as I could do for anything else. Let's take a sales amount by the style of the car. And let's build a little table showing me some customer information. Let's take their education level, gender, whether they're married or not, and again, the sales amount. So I can build visuals just as I could do as if I'd imported the data, but the modeling operations are limited. So I don't have access to the data or the relationship views over on the left-hand side. And if I try to create new columns, I won't see that option here in the right-click menu for the field list, and it will be grayed out in the ribbon. What I do have access to, though, is new measures. And what I'm doing here is creating what are known as report level measures. So you can see it gets added to the field list, and I can type in my DAX formula just as I would do for anything else. So let's do a simple count of cars. And we'll just make this a count rows of the cars table. So just the same as I could do for any other data set, I can create these little measures. But these exist just inside this report. So they're saved within the PBIX file that gets saved when I go to the File menu and hit Save. And the formula for that is saved there. And it's sent through along with any other queries that use it. So if I go and add this to another table, I'll see that measure gets evaluated for every row here. But in this case, it's not being written back into the model, because don't forget I'm connected. I've got a live connection I can see down in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm live connected to an external model that I don't necessarily have access to write access to. So if this is a model that a BI developer created for me, I might not have permission to make changes to those models. Or if it's something that that's published up to the Power BI service, it might be one that somebody else owns that they've shared with me, so I don't have access to go and edit those things. But I can create these report level measures, and they act just like any other measure. So I can create one here that refers to other measures, for example. So I might take our cumulative sales amount and multiply it by the count of those cars. You can see this, the report measure that I created opens up here in IntelliSense. The actual value here isn't important. It probably doesn't make much sense. This is sales by number of cars. But you can see I can work with this just as I would do for any other measure within my model. And that's really useful. So it means that as an analyst, I can continue enriching and extending and adding new calculations to actually get the answer that I need, find the business insight that I need, even if I don't have access to edit the model underneath it. And there are things that you can do as a BI developer, as an admin of those models, to keep track of the queries that are being run and these report measures that are being run against your model. And it might be really useful to identify those as things that need to be added to your model for other analysts to use. But this is a really simple way for those analysts to go and continue to enrich and add more things to a model, even if they don't have access to edit it directly.